Good evening, everyone. I'm Charlotte Siems, Sapphire Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide, and it is October 6, 2016, and I'm going to give you some business tips tonight, but especially to help you earn a bonus in the October rank up and score that Plexus has going on right now, where they are doubling rank up bonuses and then also giving a bonus again if you re-rank up. If it's a rank that you've gone down and now you're going to go back up, then you're going to get your bonus again, which is amazing and super generous. And it should make you realize what an awesome, amazing company that we're in. They didn't have to do this, and this is like over the top, way over and above anything they would, we would expect from them. And so that just is the heart of Plexus. And so I hope that encourages you. To get started, first thing I want you to do is shift your perspective. And that is, in looking at this rank up and score promotion, different personalities are going to see this in different ways. Like people who are motivated by making money are going to go, yes, I'm going to make all this money. People who are not driven by money might think, oh, well, that doesn't appeal to me. Well, think about it differently. The only way anybody is going to rank up and score, rank up and get a bonus, is by serving other people. That's the only way, is by helping other people and serving them. So if we think, well, the money doesn't motivate me, or I can't do this, we're thinking about us alone. We're not thinking about all those people out there that could have been helped. We're not thinking about people on our team. And so I want you to get over yourself, and it's not about you. So don't make it about you. This whole month contest, get motivated about the people that you're going to serve and help, the people on your team, the new customers, the new ambassadors, that you could change their lives. You don't know this one person, how desperate they are, and then you finally talk to them and it changed their life. You don't know what's out there. So the first thing I want you to do, this is going to sound so elementary, but get out your success kit. And look, it's going to tell you, if you're saying, well, what do I do? How do I rank up? These right here, this is going to tell you. But, I don't know if have you read it? Okay, but I'll tell you what, this is not the time to sit down and pore over it and take notes and watch videos and that kind of thing. Just read the headings and get to work, get started. If you want to get to silver, it's actually pretty simple. You're going to make a Frank's list. If you don't know what that is, it's going to tell you in your success kit, and that is a friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, kids, and service organizations. And I heard Timmy Yancey say they add another S, so it's a Frank's list, and they add strangers. So make that list, and then you're going to start talking to people. And again, to do that, you have to get over yourself. And to get to silver, all you have to do is have 3 people on your team that either have purchased a welcome pack and when they joined, or have 100 PV over and above their, if they got a welcome pack, that'll qualify them, and if they have 100 PV. So if that makes sense. If it's somebody on your team who is an ambassador, but they've been inactive and they come back and they have 100 PV, they are going to count for your re-rank. I know that was a question today, and that was clarified. So to go silver, let's say you've been a silver ambassador and 2 people quit and you still have 1. Well, if you can get 1, to get 100 PV and another brand new one, as long as you are silver qualified by October 31st, that's what's going to earn you that re-rank bonus of $100. So silver is the only rank that counts for just having ambassadors on your team, 3 ambassadors. The rest of the ranks, gold and above, are based on points, and we get points for people on our team. But silver is very simple. And, anybody knows 3 people, their mom, their sister, their aunt, the bus driver, somebody who needs Plexus. So get 3 people. If you are working on getting to gold and beyond, other ranks, getting back to gold and beyond, then besides the Frank's list, I want you to go to your back office and make some lists. And you can go to your detailed genealogy and the little headings across the top, click on achieved rank, and then click it again so they all come up to the top, and then see and then change the date to August and see as of August who didn't achieve the highest rank they've ever been at. So and that would be for re-rank people. And so you would make a list of possible re-ranks. Make a list of your possible rank ups, people who are close enough to rank up, people who are possibly going for silver, people who are white lines, they're inactive, and you want to work with them to have them become active again and have 100 PV. So if as gold and beyond, not only are you going to continue to build your team and keep recruiting people, but you're going to be working one-on-one with the people on your team, doing three-way calls, doing Zooms, helping them reach their goals. So there's that balance between helping them and working on your own business. And if you're, you actually should be working on your own business more. And if you're, if the ratio is the other way, where you almost always are working with your team and you hardly ever do anything for your own business, you're in management mode. And you'll feel bogged down, and it'll sprinkle down to your team, and they'll get in the same way, because the speed of the leader is the speed of the team. So new recruiting is pretty much the answer to what ails you in any kind of network marketing. And this month, that's going to help you to work on your own team. Another point is to start now. Today is the 6th. I should have counted the days. So what's 31 minus 6? We have 25 days, 24 days, because tomorrow's the 7th. Start now. There's a lot more possibilities now. You're not under the time pressure as much. And if you wait till the last 48 hours, that desperation is going to come across to people, and you're going to feel desperate. And you can't be creative and relaxed and serving people when you're desperately, oh no, I need to get a few more points kind of thing. That will come across to people. So you know what? We all know that Christmas is December 25th every year, and yet a lot of us, you know, it gets to them. We go, oh no, I haven't done my Christmas shopping yet. Well, we can't blame anybody but ourselves, because we knew it was coming. And so we know October 31st is coming. And so start now, and you'll make it a lot easier on yourself. Another reason is that this month, Leaders Retreat is in Dallas at the end of the month, and a lot of leaders are going to be at Leaders Retreat, and they may not, out of necessity, they may not be as available to help you and do three-ways and do Zooms with you, because they're going to be in meetings and receptions and things like that. So go ahead and work now. Another reason to not wait till the last minute is that there could be system challenges, the back office, you know, credit cards, whatever. And if you wait until, you know, 10 o'clock on the 31st, I kind of don't feel very sorry for you, because you know what? Wait until that last minute. You run that risk of, I mean, of course, there's always that last minute push. You might have that one person, but if you wait until the last couple of days to start the whole thing, you know, that's just not going to work as well. And you run the risk of running into those challenges that nobody can do anything about. I mean, customer service can do their best, but, you know, start now and make it easier on yourself. Another point is to understand the requirements and the different scenarios for what goal you're going for. So understand how points work, how you get points for people, and how many points you get for each person. I'm not going to explain that here. That's something your upline, you know, post in your group, or, you know, look at the comp plan. The comp plan is going to explain all this. So get you a comp plan chart out. This may be the way that you finally understand how the comp plan works, by studying it for this promotion. So be sure you know how that all works. Understand the requirements for silver. If you have a question about it, ask your upline. Understand the requirements for gold and above. Don't forget about those outside leg points once you get to gold and above, because the way Plexus has structured it, they don't want you to be able to recruit one person and go all the way to the top. It's a wonderful thing that they have. You have to have several legs strong and working, and proves your own leadership skills and stuff. So they want you to have those outside leg points. And make sure you are commission qualified and have 100 PV. Go ahead and do that now. Do you realize that if you didn't qualify for commissions last month, and then you don't have 100 PV yet this month, if someone joins your team today, you're not going to earn that weekly business building bonus, because of the way you know, that they've changed it to not having to have a backup order on as of October 1st. So you need to make sure you're commission qualified, so you're receiving those bonuses. So understand how that works. And one last thing, for all of these fabulous double bonuses and re-rank bonuses, you make sure you've gotten a new customer that has at least 50 PV. I don't want you to get to the end of the month and then realize, I needed a customer too, besides ranking up and getting the points. So don't forget that detail. All right, next is in faith, get ready. So in other words, go ahead and have your new customer email ready, know what you're going to do with a new ambassador, have that checklist ready to go of what you're going to do when you get a new customer and new ambassador. And that is stepping out in faith. That's like opening the umbrella because you've prayed for rain. Let's go ahead and believe in faith that this is going to happen. So you need to see what you need to do to get ready for that. Have a simple system. If you don't, check with your upline. We'll help you get one. But don't get stuck in preparation, okay? Now, I'm not talking about, getting a notebook and printing and designing forms and all that kind of stuff. You know what? When you prepare and get ready and read stuff and make notebooks and clean off your desk, that is blocking yourself out of fear. It's fooling yourself thinking, I'm working on my business, but really you're just blocking yourself and fooling yourself, saying that you're busy. And I can only say that because I've done this kind of stuff. So that's why I'm warning you against it. But I just want to caution you. Yes, be ready for what's coming and for what's already happening in your business, but don't use that as an excuse to not get started yet. Let's say another point is, even if you're not going to go for a rank or a bonus this month, do this anyway. Join everybody in this momentum and talking to people and adding people to your team and getting new customers. You know what's going to happen? Use this momentum that everybody's excited right now. You're going to be strengthening your business for the holiday season, for November and December, the seeds that you're planting right now. You're planting seeds now for January and beyond. January, February, March are traditionally really busy months for Plexus. So even if you talk to people this month and they're not ready yet or whatever, well, you're planting those seeds for later. And you know what else? You should do this anyway all the time. We should all be working with this intensity and excitement. Even if Plexus isn't giving double bonuses, if we really are going for our goals and our dreams, we should be doing this anyway. But this is a great added incentive, and it's a lot of fun for everybody to be pushing for this together. All right, another point here. Listen to this one. We always talk about how you can fit this business into the nooks and crannies of life. And I am an advocate of that. That's how I run my business. But I want to tell you something else. This is not the time to work your business in the nooks and crannies of life. This is the month to go for it. And I am not saying that you should be on the computer from the time you get up till you go to bed and your kids, your toddler needs a diaper. And that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about throwing your family under the bus. But this is the month to go for it and spend maybe more time on your business, more focus. Make sure you're doing that power hour. Maybe you need to have power 2 hours or however you're going to work that out. But focus. Get your family on board, have a family shareholders meeting because they're all shareholders in your business. Get them on board, explain to them what this is and what you're going for this month in October. Figure out a system to keep the meals going, keep the laundry up, and get the family involved and have fun. Maybe some rewards for them so they can see what's in it for them. And explain to them why you're working so hard this month. If you have anything in your home that you're constantly thinking, I got to do a better job of that. I got to do better on laundry or keeping up with meals. It needs a system. And it can be a simple system like a list or just something, a chart, something that shows everybody what to do. And it just makes it easier when people know what to expect. So get your family on board. This is the month to go back to the people that you talked to, the people who told you no or not yet, to see if it's a time for them now and see, are you ready to do this now? This is the month to do that. This is not the month to learn about ingredients or spend hours a day on personal growth. Now, y'all know me, that I am the personal growth advocate. I am the personal growth cheerleader. We all need personal growth every day. But read your 10 pages and you're done for this month. This is not the time to continually listen and learn and sit around and, I can't talk to anybody right now because I'm reading my personal development books. That's a block and excuse too. Work your business like there's no November. Work your business like this is the month, because it absolutely can be. When it all boils down to it, if you're saying, well, how do I do this business? How do I go silver? Hey, I've told you tonight, and basically, it boils down to talking to people. It boils down to sharing with people. So many times we block ourselves out of fear, and we're letting fear run our business. We're letting fear hold us back from what we really want. We are letting our own self-focus hold us back, where we're only thinking, well, what will people think of me? And what will I do? And how do I do this? We're not thinking of this person over here who goes to sleep at night or goes to bed at night and lays awake because they don't know how they're going to, balance their checkbook because they're overdrawn and they don't know where their next rent payment's coming from. But people a lot of times tend to hide that kind of thing. And so for all you know, someone that you think is doing great financially, this would be a godsend to them. And I use that word not lightly, as godsend. So the fear is the number one thing that can hold you back this month. But I want to break that off of you. I want to pray for you and ask God to break that off of you so that you can just fly with your business, because that is what's going to help you more than anything else. Let me look in the chat a little bit. There was a couple of questions. There was one, tips on closing well. I would say go to YouTube and search Plexus closing, and there's some teaching, lots of videos that you will have tips on closing well. I think an important thing is to be confident when you're talking to people and ask them. Say, are you ready to get started? Is there any reason why we can't start today? Go ahead and ask them instead of the hinting, well, if you have any questions, let me know. That's like the chicken close, and I've done it lots of times. If you end messages, with, if you have any questions, let me know, they're not going to let you know. That's not a compelling reason to get back to you. It needs to be a question like, are you taking any medications? Or is that working for you? That kind of thing. So be sure that that's a pretty limp question to end with. So don't have that be the question that you end with when you're talking to people. Somebody asked, would a fast start double again? Yes, fast start. Let's say fast start gold. Already the company doubles the bonus. Well, for a fast start gold in October, who reaches it by October 31st, they're going to double that bonus. So it's going to be double. So yes. So if you have someone who wants to fast start, October is the month to do it. And someone asked how to bring that inactive ambassador back. This is going to depend on the ambassador. I've heard it said that it's not, throwing an alarm clock in the graveyard isn't going to wake the dead. so much of the time, it's a better use of our time to focus on getting new ambassadors and new excited people into our business. But if you circle back around, and you could go to someone and say, even you're not going to make yourself wrong, but you could even go say back to them and say, back when you joined, I know you really had thought about doing the business and you had some goals. And, I've learned so much since then. And I feel like, maybe I didn't help you like I could have. And I'm really, would love to work with you again. So make it about them. Don't make it all about you. Like, I'm trying to get a bonus this month. Would you please join again? Or would you get 100 PV? It's about them, and you can shift it in your mind before you even talk to them to think about it as being about them. But I wouldn't be afraid to talk to white lines, because I've talked to some, and then it turned out they said, you know what, I've been thinking about this, and I was really glad that I had contacted them. But I also wouldn't stake my business on it, on getting people back, so there's that balance there. Wouldn't spend a tremendous amount of time getting back with your white lines. Someone else asked, what's a good way to talk to someone that had a little bit of die-off and quit without talking to you? Oh, go back and say, I remember back when you stopped taking Plexus, or when you quit, I found out later that you were feeling bad, and I just wish so much I would have been able to help you, and, maybe explain a tiny bit about die-off or send them a link. But any of these messages with white lines, please don't send them a whole page of paragraphs of how you feel and wish they would come back and stuff like that, because they're gonna glance at it and not even read it. They're going to open that email or that message and say, okay, I'm done. Because when you pour these long paragraphs to people, it looks desperate. It feels desperate, and they're like, oh, ain't nobody got time for that. And so it's about you when you're trying to explain where you're coming from. So try to make it short and let them know you care. But I mean, you know, there's pray about it. Man, that's a huge thing. In fact, you know, before you start any of this stuff tonight, you get off this call. That's what I want you to do is pray and, you know, admit to God, you know what, I don't have any control over this. And I just ask you to take all this and do this. Now, I'm not saying, now there's sometimes people will say, well, I'm really praying for my business. And then they don't do anything because it's like a block again. It's a fear thing. You're like, okay, good. I prayed about it. Now I can tell everybody I prayed about it. But pray about it. And then you're listening to what God is asking you to do. And you do the things that you know to do. And, you know, getting busy and taking action is what will help you cure fear, you know, committing it to God, and asking for his help. That's going to be a huge thing for your business. So my final point here is I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to take this seriously, this question that I'm going to ask you, and that is, what are you committed to for October? What goal are you going to commit to? Now, if you say, oh, well, I'm not going for one of these ranks or something, I'm sorry, you don't get off the hook. What are you going to commit to in October? There are things you can commit to. You can commit to going silver, even if you're already past silver and you're not gold yet, or you're past gold. I don't care if you're sapphire, commit to going silver. But that, I want you to be accountable. You can even post in the groups underneath where the Spark call was posted tonight and tell us what you're committed to, what activity you're committed to, whatever it is that the Lord puts on your heart of what you're committed to. And I want to encourage you to commit, because when we just kind of float around and think, well, you know, I might get somebody new by the end of the month, well, then you're probably not going to. But if you will commit, that lights a fire in you. Think about your why. Think about why you want to do this. And that's going to strengthen that commitment also. So I hope that this has been helpful. And, you know, I think I've given you some practical things to do, but there's just so much of it that we already know what to do. We just don't do it out of fear or excuses or blaming, just a lot of those mindset things. And so if you need some help with that, you know, get with your upline. Just don't make the excuses and commit. And it's going to be an amazing October. I already feel it. The momentum is started. This is a breakthrough month for our entire company. And cannot wait to see what happens by the end of October. I mean, people are already moving. They're joining. They're getting people on their teams. And it's just really exciting. And let's just have fun with this. And let's see how many lives we can bless with Plexus this month. So I will see you in the groups. And I hope this has been helpful. Good night.